Assalamu alaikum students. This is second lecture of the chapter photosynthesis and plant growth, and in this chapter we learn about the chemical reaction take place in a plant. Students should be able to understand the process of transpiration and osmosis. Uh, Water and plant growth. Water is essential for photosynthesis, support chemical reaction as a solvent, cooling and transport. As we know, water is important for the plant growth. For the photosynthesis, water acts as a reactant in the equation of photosynthesis. Water contains hydrogen and oxygen, and light energy is used to break down the bond between hydrogen and oxygen. Then hydrogen reacts with carbon dioxide to form a glucose molecule. Okay. The second important role of the water is to provide support. As we already know, plant does not contain any type of skeleton like humans which gives support to the plant. So plant cell, which is a special type which have a special cell wall and a large vacuole is present inside the cell which provide turgidity and film structure to the plant. The water inside the cell present in a vacuole enter by the process of the osmosis. Osmosis is the process in which water move from their high concentration to the lower concentration. If the maximum amount of water is present in a vacuole, the cell becomes turgid and the pressure begins which pushes the cell wall, the pressure against the cell wall, which is called turgor pressure. If the turgor pressure is present and the vacuole is completely filled, the cell becomes turgid and plant does not wilt. On the other side, the plant cell does not contain maximum amount of water. If lose water from the vacuole, the plant cell becomes shrink and loses its shape. It becomes flaccid cell and the plant become wilt. Is the turgor pressure? Look at the cell. The cell is turgid because it contains maximum amount of water. The flaccid cell contains minimum amount of water and the plasmolyzed cell contains very minimum amount of water. The turgor pressure makes the plant remain turgid. Another slide for the turgor pressure present of the cell content against the cell wall, high, plenty of water, pressure on the cell wall enables the plant stand up. Low, lack of water, low pressure. Due to the lack of water, no pressure, no cell wall makes plant wilt. Water is very important for the chemical reaction present inside the plant. Chemical reaction, photosynthesis is also a chemical reaction and other processes occur inside the plant such as water as a solvent. Water as a solvent, water is a universal solvent and dissolve mostly all the solute in it. The salt and minerals which required to the plant is dissolved in the water first from the soil and pump and through the help of vascular bundle it reaches to the cells of the plant where the photosynthesis occurs. So water used as a solvent to dissolve minerals and salts. Next, water gives a cooling process by the help of transpiration. Transpiration is a process in which plant loses its excess water by the help of evaporation. Only small proportion of water is taken in by plant root is used for growth and chemical reaction. Most of the water is lost by the process called transpiration. Water moves from the roots through the plants before evaporating from the stem, leaves and flowers. The water is lost through the stomata. The process of evaporation draws energy from the surrounding. The water absorbs heat energy from the surrounding and change into the water vapor. Having loss of heat become cooler, water gives a water evaporation is give a cooling effect to the plant or to the hot environment. Transportation in plant. Transportation in plant by the help of vascular bundles, which is xylem and phloem, and the transportation is with the help of water, because water is as used as a solvent, where the minerals and salt comes from the soil dissolved in the water, and with the help of xylem it reaches to the cells of the plant. Sugar and amino acids, which are formed by in the process of photosynthesis, is dissolved in water and transported through the vascular tissue called phloem to various parts of plants. So this is our second lecture. Jazakallah.